Guys, Solace here. This week I'm going to show you how I turned the top layer of my Rukanhan Fu into a Mulan cosplay. So if you are interested in watching that, stick around. I hope you enjoy the video. The first thing I did is just mark out exactly where I'm cutting the fabric to make the length of the skirt. This is the measurement around my waist. For me, I times it about by 2 to get a nice full gathered skirt. You don't need to go that high, personal preference, but I prefer more fullness rather than less. I'm then just cutting off the extra to be used for a different project. Perhaps a cute little summer dress, or perhaps just another skirt if I'm being completely honest with myself. Honestly, the only thing I make for myself half the time are more skirts. Once I've cut that out, I'm then just going to fold it in half, right sides together, and then pin the edges together to be sewn into a long tube. You'll notice at the top here, I'm leaving about a 6 to 8 inch gap. This is both for ease of getting the skirt on and off, and also so that I can have a pocket hidden underneath, similar to how you do on an 18th century skirt. There's nothing in Chinese history about this. This is just a thing I'm doing for my own practicality, as this is more a piece to be worn to a comic book convention or an anime convention than a historical event. You're then going to take your pocket slit, and you're going to fold the edges on that back so that you don't have to worry about remembering to do that later. No, you can't really seam that when you do the seam through the machine, but for me, having it pre-pinned helps me to keep from forgetting about it, as I've so often done in the past. Once you've got all that pinned together, just go ahead and either hand or machine stitch this as you prefer. I'm then just going to go through and fold the top edge in order to make a casing for a drawstring. You don't have to use a drawstring. You could use apron ties, a button, elastic, whatever your preferred method of closure is. I tend to like drawstrings as I feel like they give you the biggest flexibility in terms of weight fluctuations. And given that I have no idea when I'm going to get a chance to wear this, it's better to play safe than sorry. Next, we have the blue waist piece. As mentioned before, I don't know when this is going to be worn, so keeping that in mind, I chose a length of fabric about double the length of my waist. I'm then just folding this in half, right sides together, stitching around all but one end to flip right side out before top stitching down that side. I chose not to put a closure method on this, and instead I'm using straight pins once again so that I don't have to worry about a change in weight before this actually gets worn. I'm then just going to repeat the exact same process a second time with a much longer and more narrow piece of fabric to make the red waist wrap that goes at the very top, tying everything together. Now it's time to put it all together. Yes, this is what I wear under almost every costume I wear. First, I'm just going to slip that skirt on nice and easy. You can see how adjustable it would be if I'd gained weight when it's up against my actual body. I've got a lot of wiggle room there, just like I wanted. It's still a bit long as I'm waiting to hem it until I know exactly what shoes I'm going to wear, and it was as I was tying this skirt that I realized I'd forgotten a layer. There should be 2 underskirts. There should also be the darker pink one directly over top of the white skirt. I will have to go back to the fabric store to get more fabric for that second skirt. I then have the little wrap top piece from the Rukanhan Fu. There's a shorter side and then a much longer curved side. I'm just going to wrap the shorter side across my chest, and then the longer side I'm going to take and almost twist up as I go to get that nice high-low effect, and then just pin it where it lays behind my back. Next, it's time for our waist pieces. First, we have that dark blue one. I'm going to make sure my hair is out of the way, and let me tell you, I was not used to trying to do any kind of activity in sleeves this full, and it was a challenge. I'm just going to Yep, you got it there. Just gonna try and hold it in place, sleeves as out of the way as I can manage, and pin it around my little waist. I used 2 straight pins, one at the top, one at the bottom, and tried to pin it from the inside out so that they would be as hidden as possible. Last but not least, we have that red ribbon to tie it. I started in the front, though you could also start in the back, cross it back over, and tie it in a simple square knot. Once that was done, I then just tucked the ends inside of the rest of the band so that they would be hidden from view. And there you have it. That is how I made this simple Mulan cosplay. I'm a huge fan of it, as she's always been my favorite Disney princess. I noted in the video as I'm editing this when I turned around that I did not succeed in pinning the blue waist piece straight, but that's okay, as I was just wearing this around the house. And that's all I have for y'all this week. I hope to see you next week. By then, I should have the materials to start on another new and exciting project, a natural form gown inspired by the character Scorpia from She-Ra. So look forward to seeing that. First up, we have skirt supports. So, as well as a video explaining why I am not making a corset for this, and why if you aren't comfortable wearing a corset for whatever reason, you don't have to either. Until next time, this has been Solace. Bye-bye.